Hey there, everybody. It's Lance with Love to Hate, back again with another video. And in this video, I'm going to show you all my very first attempt at designing a board game with my game, Wax Packs Unwraps. So this is my very first attempt at designing a board game, Wax Packs Unwraps. And yes, this is just a prototype with some clip artwork that I have put together myself on Microsoft. And so this is not anything like what hopefully the final product would look like when that ever happens. So just know that this is my prototype that I've been working with for about a year and a half now, maybe even a little bit longer. But I have been working on this particular game for about 2.5 years or so. It comes out of my love for baseball. As you can see, I'm a Chicago Cubs fan. And really what it comes from is just nostalgia, being a kid, growing up, watching baseball, collecting baseball cards, and really, that thrill that you get when you open up a pack to see what's inside of it. You don't even have to be a baseball or sports fan to know what I'm talking about. If you're anybody who has ever been involved in any kind of TCG or any other kind of card game where you are opening up packs and discovering what cards lie inside, trying to discover what ultra rare cards might there be, and really just that thrill of discovering the card that you've been seeking for so long. That's what you're going to get out of my particular game. As you really do open up packs of cards in my game. And sometimes there's going to be really nice cards in there, and other times there's just going to be a bunch of duds. So that's really what you have here with my game. You don't need to know anything about baseball, so I do want to make that clear. If you are somebody who hates baseball, you can still really enjoy this game. You don't need to know anything about baseball. Now, I do want to set the record straight with this video. This video is to let you all know about my game, Wax Packs Unwraps. And I'm enunciating and emphasizing that last word because there recently was an announcement. If you follow board gaming news, there's an announcement from a well-known publisher about a game that they're going to be releasing here in the near future of a similar title, almost identical title and theme as my particular game. I do want to set the record straight that this idea for my game, it was submitted to that publisher as a possible game idea about a year ago, never went anywhere, didn't hear anything back about it. I want to make sure that everybody understands that everything you see in this video is my idea for my particular game. Did not take any ideas from that particular publisher, and so don't want there to be any drama about that. I'm just getting my thoughts on my game, letting you know all about my game. So think of this as kind of a developer post, letting you all know, seeing kind of where my game is at and the journey that has been Wax Packs Unwrapped. So just want to set the record straight on that particular topic. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to go down to the table. I'm going to show you how my game works, give you an idea for the mechanics, and then we'll come back and I'll give you some final thoughts and ask you to leave me your thoughts and comments. Let me know what you think here about my game, Wax Packs Unwraps. All right, so here is my game, Wax Packs Unwraps. I want to make sure you understand that everything you see is obviously prototype. This is something that is not published, not manufactured just yet. So everything is subject to change as far as the looks. But as for the rules, this is pretty close to what I envision being the final concept of my game. I would love your ideas on the rules and how this game works down below in the comment section. So please do leave me your thoughts. But as far as components, what you have here, well, the biggest idea for the components are going to be these packs. And these are just Mylar bags. And this was probably the part of the game that took the longest time for me to really kind of figure out how I wanted it to work in my game. And Mylar bags happen to be kind of the best way that I can envision recreating having reusable packs in a board game. And so these Mylar packs, you can open them. They're like Ziploc bags. You can seal them again. And I do purposely have the ones with the windows. I understand there are Mylar bags that don't have windows, but that is a concept that works for my game. So you do have the packs, if you will. You have the cards inside the packs, which we'll come back to that here in just a second. These are the racks for the cards that serve as the market in this game. This is a market game as well. We'll explain how that works in a second. Lots of other cards. And the currency in my game is bubblegum. So these are just some bubblegum pieces that I bought off of Etsy. And so because, back in the day, bubblegum used to come in packs of board games. And also another unusual component for this game are card sleeves, 3x3 card sleeves. Now, the final concept of the game probably won't come with card sleeves like this. It will probably be chipboard that acts as a card sleeve because, as you can see, this is kind of flimsy, not very super durable, doesn't look super great out on the table. Fully acknowledge that. But anyhow, that is something that all the players will have because in this game, you are making a tableau, a 3x3 tableau with the cards that you keep throughout the course of the game. Now, how this game is going to work, the concept of the game is that you are a child in the 1960s, a fan of baseball, and you are with your friends opening up these packs, discovering what cards lie inside. You are keeping the ones that you want for your display, and trying to collect the rare and valuable cards and trading away the cards that you don't desire to the other players. So how a round is going to work, you'll figure out who is going to be the start player, giving them this bat. And then players will start the game with a number of bubblegum depending upon their turn order. And then you will purchase packs from the market. So as you can see, we've got two different columns here, two different rows. This is the cheap stack because these are going to be packs that are primarily filled with red and blue player cards. We'll go ahead and crack open a pack to show you what's inside. Now, packs are going to contain 5 cards, and as you can see, the back of the cards tell you what team that player belongs to, but you're not sure what that player is till you see the front side of the card. And every pack is going to have a card on the front side of it. These packs that are in this row are guaranteed to have one card that is either from the yellow team or the gray team, which they are the really nice cards. You want to try to collect gray cards if possible. Yellow are pretty nice. Blue are the next most common, and then red are the most common. They are kind of, you don't want too many red cards in your grid more than likely. So as you can see, we've got one yellow card in this pack, whereas packs in this column, they're guaranteed to have 2 cards either from yellow or gray or a combination of the two. So anyhow, we would purchase a pack, and the pack that is in this spot right here from the cheap stack is always free, or you could purchase one off the top of the cheap stack for 1 bubblegum. This pack right here would be 2 bubblegum, or you could purchase off the top of the expensive stack for 4 bubblegum. That's how it works. And when you purchase one, you replace it from the top of its corresponding stack, and you would open up your pack and you would see what cards lie inside. Now, all the players are going to have nicknames, Bulldog Burrows there, as you can see, and there's a duplicate. There are duplicates in the game. Every blue team is going to have 4 duplicates. Every red player is going to have 5, and every yellow is going to have 3. The gray ones are only going to have 2 of itself, and there are only 4 gray players in the game. So in total, there are 8 gray cards. But anyhow, cards are going to have a name. They are going to have a handedness. This means that this player right here, Bulldog Burrows, is left-handed because you may or may not know that in baseball, it isn't important as to what your handedness is. Left-handed first baseman. And then, obviously, there's going to be a cost to be able to play this. This particular card costs 4 bubblegum to be able to play it. And there's going to be a home run total associated to that. I'll explain what that is here in a second. But then there's going to be some sort of special ability, the way that this person scores you points. And Bulldog Burrows happens to be a hometown hero, which is a set. And depending on how many you get in that set, you get an increasing number of points. If you can get all 5 hometown heroes in your grid at the end of the game, you're going to get 50 points. So that's really pretty nice. Whereas Moose O'Leary here, he's only going to score you points for your all-stars. He's going to give you 2 victory points for each all-star. And the all-star is denoted by this star right here. He gives you 20 home runs. So that's pretty nice. And he only costs 2. Here's another example, though. Bucktooth Malone, he just gives you straight up 5 points. And he is a shortstop, left-handed shortstop, gives you 20 home runs. So that's the idea here. Now, once you've cracked open your pack, you are going to select one card to keep for yourself. So maybe I go ahead and keep Bucktooth Malone. I would place that off to the side. The other 4 cards I'm going to save for the next phase of the round. After every player in the game has purchased their pack and we refresh the market, then players will, as I said, keep one card from their pack, and then you will go into the phase of the game where you're going to divvy up your cards one card at a time on these base cards. And this is where we get into a little bit of splitting the rest of your cards and making a decision as to when you want to draft one of these piles. So let's say I'm the first player, and these are my cards that I have. I play one card face up on top of any base path that is still out here, any base, and then the next player would play a card out here, and then the next player, and maybe it comes back around to me. And I could take any one of the bases with the cards that are on that, or I could keep playing cards from my hand. So maybe I play another card right here, and it would continue to go around, and then it comes back around to me, and maybe I take this card right here, this base right here, and any cards that happen to be on that. Then I am out for the rest of the round. All I can do for the rest of the round is play whatever cards are remaining in my hand. So this is a little bit of choosing when to draft one of these piles because it's first come, first serve. So if somebody plays something out here that's really nice and it's the exact card you want, maybe you need to go ahead and draft it, risking that maybe you're only going to get 1 or 2 cards, not very many cards, and you're at the mercy of giving away the rest of your cards to somebody else who was more patient. But if you wait too long, maybe there's nothing of value out here. So it's a little bit of knowing when to draft in this particular phase of the game. But all the cards will be eventually drafted, and you'll have more cards that you added to the one card that you kept when you opened up your pack. And with all the cards that you have, then you'll decide what cards you want to eventually slot into your grid and the cards you want to sell back to the market. So this is where the market aspect of the game comes into play. As you can see, there are no cards in the market at the beginning of the game, which means all the cards are pretty valuable. But as we sell cards to the market, they become less and less valuable. Whenever you sell a card to the market that doesn't already exist in the market, red cards will go on the red rack. And as you can see, there are no Slick O'Haras on this rack. So when I sell the first Slick O'Hara, I place it on the rack, and that earns me 3 bubble gum from the bank. And so I would gain that here from the bank. This is how you gain bubble gum throughout the course of the game to be able to pay bubble gum to slot cards into your grid. Now, once there's already a card in the market, so there's already a Slick O'Hara here, the next time a Slick O'Hara is sold to the market, it won't earn you 3, it will only earn you 2 bubble gum. And now that there would be 2 copies of Slick O'Hara from that point forward, Slick O'Hara would only earn you 1 bubble gum if you try to sell Slick O'Hara back to the market. So the more of a card that exists in the market, the less value it gives you whenever you sell it back to the market. So that's how the market idea of the game works. And then at the end of your round, you will be able to slot any cards that you have kept in hand, paying the cost in the top left to be able to slot them into your grid. Now, obviously, you can only hold 9 cards, so you want to be very judicious as to what 9 cards you end up slotting into your grid. Well, why would it matter where I slot whatever I slot? Well, that's important because there are in-game points. We'll come back to that here in just a second. But there are these 3 cubes that determine what in-game points will be scored, and that is as a result of the personal goals that are dealt to players at the beginning of the game. Each player will receive 3 personal goals. You'll have a Rookie of the Year goal, which these cards are the easiest ones to accomplish. You'll have a Gold Glove a goal, which is kind of medium difficulty. And then you'll have a World Series goal, which you may or may not even be able to accomplish that. It kind of just depends upon how the game goes for you. I'll give you an example of some of these. So some Rookie of the Year goals, slot at least 50 home runs. And you'll keep track of that using your dial here to keep track of how many home runs you have in your grid. And when you get to this, you can reveal it to everybody, show that you've accomplished it. Fill up your bottom row, you'll be able to accomplish that, reveal it. Now, here's some of the Gold Glove ones. Have at least 12 bubble gum, slot a first, second, and third baseman, earn this. And then the World Series goals, fill the middle and right column before the left column, you can earn this. and slot 4 yellow cards, you'll be able to earn this World Series goal. Now, when you are the first player to accomplish any one of the types of goals, so the first person to do the Rookie of the Year, or the Gold Glove, or the World Series, well, you get to take the matching cube. So this is the Rookie of the Year cube, and place it on any one of these in-game scoring opportunities. So, for instance, righties and lefties. If you slot only lefties in your left-hand column, left-handed or switch hitter. That's what SH stands for, because there are switch hitters in baseball, which means they can be left or right-handed. If you have only left-handed or switch hitters in your left column, you get 15 points at the end of the game. And if you have only righties or switch hitters in your right-hand column, you'll get 5 points. And the reason for the difference in the points is because there are more right-handed people in the world than there are left-handed, and that is true in baseball as well. There are more righties than there are lefties. So it's harder to accomplish the lefties in the left column for more points. Another example are the 9 positions in the game. If you can get as many as 9 different positions in your grid, you'll get 30 points. And so this is another possible way to score in-game points. There are lots out here. As you can see, there are 7. And whenever you're the first person to accomplish one of those types of goals, you get to take your cube and place it on the one you want to activate for the end of the game. And so eventually there will be 3 that are activated. The other 4 will get shuffled up at the end of the game, and 1 will be picked at random for 4 ways to score points at the end of the game. The other ones will not activate. Now that's at the end of the game, but you also are going to get, when you accomplish one of these goals, you will earn the autograph ability. Now, what's cooler than having your own favorite player's ball card is to have your favorite player autograph it for you. So whenever you earn one of these goals, you'll earn an autograph. You'll slide it into their card sleeve. If I can do this, there we go. And that will signify that you have gotten this card autographed by Bulldog Burrows. Now, what is that going to do? Well, it's going to double the effect on that card. And at the end of the game, you will get points for all of these that are slotted into your grid. Now, this is a special one because it is a part of a set. As I already said, it's the Hometown Heroes set. So when you autograph it, this card here would count for 2 in the set of the Hometown Heroes. So instead of it only being 1 of 5, you would count this card as 2 of 5. So that's how the autograph works. But to give you a different example, Moose O'Leary, instead of giving 2 victory points for each All-Star, he would give you 4 for each All-Star if you had him autographed. Bucktooth would give you 10 points instead of 5. So that's the autograph part of the game. So another way to beef up your points. And so again, these are all going to be slotted into your grid. The game will come to an end when somebody fills up their grid. And anybody who does that in the same round first, they're going to get 5 extra points. And then we'll do extra innings, which is where we play one more final round to allow other players to fill up their grid if they haven't gotten to do so yet. They obviously won't earn the extra 5 points, but after that extra innings round, the game will be over. What you'll get points for are the in-game goals that have been selected for your game, scoring those for all the players. And then you will get the points for all the cards that are in your grid based off of what each card does for you. And whoever has the most points is going to be the winner. And that is how you play my game, Wax Packs Unwraps. Now let's go back up top. All right, so there you have it. That's how my game works. Hopefully that gave you a pretty good idea of Wax Packs Unwraps. So here's what would be very helpful to me if I could ask you at home to be able to give this video a like. Let me know that you watched it. Let me know that you got a good feel for how this game works. And then if you would be so kind as to leave me your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this game. I've been play testing this in the Oklahoma City area where I live. And so maybe if you're here in the Oklahoma City area and you've been at one of the board game conventions, one of the board gaming events, you've seen this. Maybe you've even gotten to try it out. It has changed over the 2+ years that I've been working on it. And so this is pretty close to what I envision as being the final concept of this game. Whenever I do bring this to crowdfunding, this would be hopefully what you would get to play at home. And so I'd be very interested to know what you think of this and what are some pros, even some cons, some things that you would like for me to consider to possibly change And if this is a game that you think you would like playing with your friends or family, let me know if you are a baseball fan. Let me know if you are somebody who collects cards or you collected cards when you were younger. And I know there's been similar kind of games. Millennium Blades is the big one that everybody tells me, "Ooh, that's got like a Millennium Blades kind of idea to it." Sorta, not really, because you're not really opening packs of Millennium Blades, but I don't want to get too far into that. This was really something that I felt was unique with the concept of actually cracking open a pack. So I would really love to know what your thoughts at home would be with that particular concept and that mechanic in a game. Because I don't know of any other game that really has that concept in it and doesn't really replicate that feel of cracking open a pack, discovering, what treasures lie inside and what you might do with all of that. So I'd really like to know your thoughts at home. If that is something that really intrigues you, if that's something that you would like to see in a game and see it play out. So I'm really curious to know what people think about that. But again, do give me your pros and cons. I don't want just your positive comments about it. Let me know what you really think about this. What I would also ask is if you would subscribe to the channel. If you're just watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so, because I don't plan for this to be the only time I ever talk about my game. Hopefully this does continue to move forward and gain some traction. So if you do want to be in the know about my game, do subscribe to the channel, because I will eventually leave some more info and post more videos about this game and kind of document the progress towards actually bringing this to real life. So please like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're not familiar with this channel, this is Love to Hate. I do this with my wife, Sam, and she's a non-gamer. And so on this channel, we're all about helping gamers such as myself find great games that work with their non-gamer friends, such as my wife. And she shares her thoughts in those videos as to what works well with a game and maybe what doesn't work so well with a game. So if that is at all something that you might be interested in, do subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and you'll be notified of all of our great new content. I'm Lance. This is Love to Hate. This is my first board game attempt or designing a board game, Wax Packs Unwraps. Thanks for watching the channel. We'll catch you next time.